Good morning. I'm Annette Hennessy and I'm standing outside the Folk Hall in Portishead, where Portishead Town Council is based. Regrettably, this has been the location of harassment and intimidation towards residents by the Portishead Independent Political Party, which controls the Town Council. Since 2019, council staffing has had a greater turnover than any other previous council administration at huge cost to Portishead precept players, and in 5 years the party has seen more councillor disqualifications than any other administration, more councillor resignations, more staff resignations, and have gone through 9 town clerks. That figure may now be 10, all in 5 years. Residents who challenge town councillors and hold them to account are intimidated both inside and outside this building. Once even in Portishead Precinct, outside the doors you see opposite, on the marina and in a local pub. It could be any resident next, anywhere, any age, as some residents of the Portishead Senior Forum have already been targeted. And the bullying doesn't stop with residents. In 2024, Portishead lost 2 brilliant and successful town councillor leaders who found they were unable to continue undertaking their roles because they rightly refused to toe a party political line that was inappropriate and not in the town's or residents' best interest. They resigned their very successful positions, but hopefully they will one day be re-elected and an independent of that particular party. One even walked away from that party 4 months before, but eventually resigned because things had become increasingly disturbing. Currently in their seats sit 2 less worthy councillors, I'm afraid, Roger Whitfield and Mike Johnston. Videos on YouTube evidence their unsavoury conduct. This video is being made for 2 purposes. Firstly, to stand up to that political party, whose leader is Paul Gardner, which has acted so dishonourably. Secondly, to respond to a letter banning me from meetings, which included 2 reasons. 1, for stating online that I refuse to be bullied into silence by a rotten core of that party, who have absolutely no jurisdiction outside of council meetings. They have failed to evidence unacceptable behaviour in meetings, and videos of those meetings show only town councillors behaving poorly. We have become accustomed to the South Ward councillor fabricating defamatory stories, which have later been proved to be absolute nonsense. The other laughable reason for the ban is because I dared to post an adapted Christmas song online at Christmas. The Portishead Independent Party controlled council claimed entirely falsely that I wrote a poem with these words, and I quote from their letter: "Wishing all Portishead Independent Party pain and sadness," unquote. It is of course true that the Portishead Independent Party has caused much pain and sadness in the 5 years they have been in power, including deplorable behaviour, as video evidence confirms, on the 19th of June 2024 against 2 respected gentlemen residents. However, the sentence I actually wrote was, and I quote, "All Portishead Independent Party pain and sadness, leave this town and let the road be clear." Close quote. I did not include the word wishing in that sentence. How can a party deceive so easily with just one word? I am always willing to stand by words I do say, but not those added by councillors to change the context in order to ban. My actual wording was very pertinent, hoping that the road is cleared for a new town council, led by a new chairman, where residents can attend without fear of party political bullying. to put my words into context, they were written just before Christmas and adapted from the well-known festive song, I Believe in Father Christmas, when the songwriter Greg Lake made 3 wishes: for a hopeful Christmas, for a brave new year, and that all anguish, pain and sadness leave your heart and let the road be clear. So here are my adapted words in song version and some spoken to highlight how the Town Council put an entirely different slant on what was a timely Christmas song on social media posts on Portishead's Political Past Facebook page. This video will be sent to the Town Council because they have made a mockery of themselves by using such a ridiculous reason to ban someone for merely holding them to account. This song is also for the late Ken Smith, who was treated appallingly by the current Town Council Chairman and Vice Chairman. Ken refused to be thrown out of what he called his House of Commons for merely trying to correct misinformation by the Portishead Independent Political Party. Similarly, after over 40 years of me raising Town Council concerns, I will never be bullied into silence by those who in 5 years have brought Portishead Town Council into disrepute. I knew, after several residents received warning letters, that my challenges to the Town Council would result in another ban, especially after recent meetings where I was able to highlight some information which the Portishead Independent Party preferred not to be revealed. I remain proud to this day that despite being the only resident to be banned 3 times, it wasn't for poor behaviour in meetings or aggression, but for standing up for what is right and telling the truth. If my late father, Peter Stonestreet, taught me anything, it was to be strong in the face of adversity. The late Ken Smith was also courageous, and despite being in his 80s, he wasn't going to be let those whose power had corrupted them curtail his right to speak honestly, no matter how much they bullied him